My brother paid $15,000 to destroy my marriage. 6 years later, his trap crumbled. 6 years ago, my entire life was erased in a single Tuesday afternoon. I was 46, married to my high school sweetheart for 25 years, and the proud father of 4 beautiful daughters. I thought I had the perfect life. The only shadow in my world was my brother. When my wife and I got engaged at 20, he confessed his love to her and tried to steal her away. She chose me. I wanted to cut him off forever, but my parents begged me to forgive him. Family is forever, they said. Over the next 2 decades, he played the part of the perfect uncle. He came to birthdays, he dated other people, and I finally let my guard down. That was my biggest mistake. I came home from a week-long business trip, walked into my living room, and found my entire family waiting for me. My wife, my 4 daughters, and my brother were all sitting on the couch. The room was heavy with tears and rage. Before I could even drop my bags, my oldest daughter started screaming at me. My wife looked at me with pure hatred and demanded to know how I could do this to her. Do what? I asked, completely blindsided. You're cheating on me, she said. She threw her phone at me. On the screen were text logs, hotel receipts from Atlanta and Miami, and intimate photos of me with a female coworker. My hands shook. It was a complete fabrication. I looked at my wife and begged her to believe me, telling her my brother was framing me. But before I could finish, she ordered me out of the house. My daughters looked at me like I was a monster. My oldest called me a disgrace, and my youngest, just 16, couldn't even look me in the eye. I sat in my car, trembling, and called my parents. But my brother had already gotten to them. My father answered, his voice cold. If you have any dignity left, sign the papers and don't drag your daughters through a custody battle. I spent $8,000 money I didn't have on a lawyer and forensic tech. I produced phone records, credit card statements, and corporate travel logs proving I was never in those hotels. Nothing matched the accusation, but my brother had done his homework. The digital forgery was flawless. He had even set up fake social media accounts to back up his story. Nobody would listen. By December, the divorce was finalized. I lost my home, my savings, and my family. I forced myself into a tiny rundown studio apartment. But the final dagger came 3 weeks later. My ex-wife married my brother in a private ceremony. On Christmas Eve, my daughter sent me a final text saying they had a new father figure and never wanted to hear from me again. I hit absolute rock bottom. I lost my job, my health deteriorated, and I spent a year in intensive therapy just learning how to breathe again. My therapist helped me accept a brutal reality: I might never clear my name. So, I focused on surviving. 5 years passed. I rebuilt from the ashes. I got a stable job as an accountant, moved into a safe apartment, and eventually I met someone new. She was a widow with a teenage daughter. We got married last year in a quiet courthouse ceremony. For the first time in 6 years, I had peace. Her daughter started calling me her bonus dad. I finally felt safe. Then, 3 days ago, my phone rang at 11 p.m. It was my mother, sobbing so hard she could barely breathe. We are so sorry, she wept. We know everything. It turns out, my brother's perfect crime had crumbled. The co-worker he hired to frame me had a massive falling out with him over money. In a fit of revenge, she went directly to my daughters and confessed everything. My brother had paid her $15,000 6 years ago to destroy my life. She handed over the original digital templates, the Photoshop files, and the burner phones he used to orchestrate the entire plot. My daughters confronted him. He denied it for hours before finally breaking down and admitting to the entire setup. My ex-wife threw him out that night and filed for divorce the next morning. Now, the phones won't stop ringing. My parents want a face-to-face meeting to apologize. My ex-wife left a desperate voicemail saying she understands if I hate her forever. My daughters are devastated, crying out for the father they abandoned. My oldest daughter is now 28, married, and has a 6-month-old baby boy, a grandson I have never met. They want me back. But the man they broke doesn't exist anymore. My current wife knows my past, but my stepdaughter has no idea about the scandal that destroyed my previous life. I built a beautiful, quiet sanctuary here. Part of me wants to look them in the eye and let them feel the weight of what they did. Part of me aches to hold my grandson. But mostly, I look at the family that chose a liar over me, and I wonder if some bridges are meant to stay burned.